Hi guys, Miss Cantwell here. Our textbook lesson today is lesson 3. We are on page 24 in your book. It's called A Tour of New Mexico. So the key ideas are New Mexico is part of the Southwest region because it shares similar features with neighboring states. New Mexico has 4 natural provinces. New Mexico has 6 life zones, and New Mexico is an arid state with limited water resources. So here's some of the vocab that I had you guys do last week, just so you could be aware of what's coming in this chapter. So now that you're equipped with the methods and tools of a geographer, we're going to take a tour of New Mexico. And these are just some of the questions we're going to ask. What's our relative location? What's our absolute location? What are physical and human characteristics of New Mexico? So, let's talk about New Mexico's location. New Mexico is located in both the northern and western hemispheres and on the continent of North America. As you read in the last lesson, New Mexico is in the southwest region of the United States. The region includes 3 other states, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arizona. Arizona is on our western border, right here. To the east are I skipped a line, sorry. Colorado runs along our northern border. And to the east are Oklahoma and Texas is also to our south, as is the country of Mexico. So Utah touches our northwest corner in an area called the Four Corners. New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado all come together at the Four Corners. So each corner of the state is right here. And sure, it looks great in a little cartoony picture, Miss Cantwell, but what does it look like in person? Let's take a virtual field trip. So this is the actual Four Corner area. You can drive up and visit it. As you can see, it's pretty deserty and desolate, but let's look at what they've done down here. We might see some people in their family photos. So here is the area where you can stand on the Four Corners, and everybody goes and sits and hangs out. So here's the corner of New Mexico, here's the corner of Colorado, here's the corner of Utah, and here's the corner of Arizona. And it's just something fun where you can go stand and be in 4 states at one time. It's kind of cool. So that is where all of our states meet. So, part of the Sun Belt. We are now on page 25 at the top. New Mexico is part of at least 2 other regions, in addition to the Southwest. It is one of the states in the Sun Belt, a region that includes states stretching from the southeastern shores of the Atlantic Ocean to the southern coast of California. The states of the Sun Belt share a warm climate, which we always have, especially in the winter. Because the Rockies reach into the northern New Mexico, our state is sometimes considered part of the Rocky Mountain region. So, I have provided a Google Doc for you guys. We're going to do some guided notes here. So what 3 regions is New Mexico part of? The southwestern region, the Sun Belt region, and the Rocky Mountain region. Okay? Gotta remember that. Might be on a test. So, 5th largest state. New Mexico is the 5th largest state in the United States. Our largest state in the U.S. is Alaska, and the smallest state is Rhode Island. And I'm going to show you guys a really cool website here in a sec after we read this paragraph. So, it measures more than 121,000 square miles. Because each state in the United States covers so much land, it is impossible to identify an exact absolute location for each state. However, describing the latitude and longitude boundaries, that means the outer border of a state, it's totally possible. So, for example, New Mexico is located between 31 degrees and 37 degrees latitude. So that's this way. It's between these 31 and 37, and between 103 and 109 degrees longitude. So let's put that in our notes. Let's see here. So we have 31 degrees and 30. Oh, did I do that right? Yes. And 37 degrees north latitude. And then between 103 and 109 degrees longitude. So up here, New Mexico is the 5th largest state. Let's go back and look at the Rocky Mountain region. They have a warm climate, and they have unpredictable winters. And the animals and the plant life, we'll fill that in here in a bit. Okay? So, we're on the bottom of page 25. The 4 natural provinces. So, the best way to look at the landscape of our state is by exploring its 4 natural provinces. A province, right here we are, a province is an area of land with unique physical features as well as distinct plant and animals. That means in every single one of these colors here on the map, there's different plants and there's different animals that live there because of the climate. New Mexico's 4 provinces are part of a larger regions within the United States. The 4 natural provinces of New Mexico are the Rocky Mountains, up here in this orangey brown color. Santa Fe falls in that one. The Colorado Plateau province is the blue color. The Great Plains province is the green. And the Basin and Range province. So, this is our county right here, Bernalillo, and we are in the Basin and Range province. So, in your book, page 26, we're going to talk about the Rocky Mountains province. The Rocky Mountains extend from central New Mexico to western Canada. As a result, the northern central portion of our state is called the Rocky Mountain province. It is characterized by its rugged mountain terrain, and the Rockies are divided into 4 sections: southern, central, northern, and Canadian. The New Mexico's mountain province is part of the southern section. So 2 mountain ranges in our state from the southern part of the Rockies. These are the San Juan and the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. The highest mountain peak in our state is in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, and it's Wheeler Peak. It rises 13,167 feet, and you can see it from Taos. So, here's some notes here for you. This is what we're working on today. The Rocky Mountain province. So they have mild summers, cold winters, lots of rain and snow. The plant and animal life. Let's look at this. So, Rocky Mountain province has unpredictable weather, and it changes very, very, very quickly. Mild summers, cold winters, lots of rain and snow. In the winter, there's really, really, really deep snow and high winds and blizzards. So at night, the temperature may drop well below 0. In the springtime, the weather is unpredictable. It can be cold or wet in the morning and then dry and warm in the afternoon. It changes all the time. In the summer, there are many sunny mornings with thunderstorms in the afternoon and clear nights. So in the fall, it's a cool, crisp day and kind of windy, and sometimes it will rain at night. So the coldest, you guys will like this, the coldest recorded temperature in New Mexico history, in the history of New Mexico, the coldest it's ever been, was on February 1st, 1951. It was negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the town of Gavilan in northern New Mexico. That is pretty chilly, you guys. Pretty chilly. So the animals, there's many different kinds of animals and plants in this area. The growing season is less than 80 days. The forests are thick with pine, fir, and spruce trees. Hardy plants cling to the rocks and the hard soils. So these are all the animals. They gave you a picture of a coyote here. There's lots of coyotes, bears, brown bears, bighorn, sheep. They all make their home in this area because they have, they've adapted to the steep terrain, and most of them migrate or move to lower, warmer elevations in the winter so they can stay warm. Some animals even shed their fur, and they grow lighter fur so they can blend in with the snow and they can be camouflaged. So let's go back to our Google Docs. So these are your animals and your climate for the Rocky Mountain Province. So let's scroll to settlement patterns. Land and climate, as well as plant and animal life, play a role in human settlement patterns. This is certainly the case in 1610 when Spanish settlers chose Santa Fe as the new capital. Its location is at the foot of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains along a river, which made the ideal location. So that means the mountains were behind them and there was a river in front of them. So the mountains provided protection from the hostile native tribes that would try to attack them. The water could be used for farming, drinking, whatever they needed it for. So the mountains also provided regular rainfall. So I will try to find a picture and show you guys that tomorrow of a 1610 Santa Fe, so you can see how they were protected on this side, and then they were settled here, and then the river was here. So I think we're just going to talk about the Rocky Mountain Province today, but I wanted to show you guys this. This is a really fun website called The True Size Of. So, oh, I zoomed out. So here's the United States, and India, and I don't know what country they put in here. Anyways, they are showing you here that these three countries, oh, it's China, I'm so sorry. These three countries fit into the size of Africa. That's how big Africa is. You can fit the US, India, and China, all three of them, into Africa. So let's look at this. Let's look at New Mexico. Oh, look, there we are. You know, we're used to seeing our little box of a state, 121,000 square feet across, right? So let's compare New Mexico to Alaska. So I'm going to click and drag New Mexico. Here's Alaska. That's how much larger Alaska is than New Mexico. So this whole part right here is Alaska. And it's rounded because of the Earth. The Earth is round, so they had to modify to make it, to show you a true size versus Alaska. Now watch this. Let's look at Rhode Island. Oh look, it's this tiny little, here let me zoom in for you. That's Rhode Island. This is our tiniest state. So let's go put it up here with New Mexico and Alaska. Traveling across the world. All right, here. Oh, no, come back. Miss Cantwell's computer is stuck, you guys.